Kia ora! In the STAT193 video, you will learn how to use your graphics calculator to calculate large sample confidence intervals for the difference between two means. It is thought that a strong physical sensation aids memory. Randomly selected subjects were asked to memorize a passage of text and are tested on their memory of the text 3 weeks later. Each subject is given a score from 0, which means no recall at all, to 100, which is perfect recall. The subjects have been divided into two groups. The groups carry out the test under identical conditions, except that subjects in Group 1, which is the treatment group, have to put one hand in a bowl of ice water while reading the text, whereas those in Group 2, which is the control group, do not. Here are the results. So we've got two groups here, the treatment group and the control group. We've got the sample size for each of the groups, the mean recall score for each of the groups, and the sample standard deviation for each group. In this problem, we're being asked to calculate a 95% confidence interval for the difference in means between the treatment and control groups, and to report this to 2 decimal places. So in the main menu, we go into the STAT option. We go into interval, which is F4, and we're choosing between Z and T. To decide this, we need to look at both our sample sizes. Since both of these can be considered to be large sample sizes, we can use Z, which is F1. This is a confidence interval for the difference in means between two groups. So we choose 2S, which is F2. We check that data is on variable, and if not, we change it using F2. We go down to confidence level, and because we're interested in a 95% confidence interval, we enter 0.95 as our confidence level. Next, we're being asked for the standard deviation of the two groups, which we estimate using our sample standard deviations. So 5.5 and 7.9. Then we're going to enter the sample mean, followed by the sample size for Group 1. So 83.2 is the sample mean, and the sample size for the first group is 60. Then we're asked for the sample mean for the second group, which is 71, and the sample size for this group, which is 81, and we execute that. This gives us the left and right bounds on our confidence interval, and it also reports back the sample mean and the sample sizes for the two groups, which we can check against what we can see is in the problem. Okay, so to report this, the 95% confidence interval for mu1 minus mu2, so the difference between the means of the two groups, goes from 9.99, which comes from this left bound here rounded to 2 decimal places, to 14.41, which comes from this right bound here rounded to 2 decimal places. The easiest way to report this confidence interval is brackets on either side with a comma in the middle.